Hi, my name is Aeolus.
I like this game!
Back in March, the new Pokemon spin-off Pokopia was released. Pokopia is a sandbox-style game where you play as a Ditto in a world where humanity has gone to space and left their Pokemon behind because the environment went to shit.
Yes, that's the actual lore.
This game includes 300 of the 1000 plus Pokemon, and some of these Mon have new forms. Whether or not these forms will be included in a national dex and the mainline games is still up for debate, but we shall see. Now, usually when a new Pokemon game comes out, there will be tons of new Pokemon cards released alongside it, but for spin-off games, there usually isn't any representation in the TCG. There is a Shadow Mewtwo card, but that's an amiibo card and not an official TCG one.
What's weird is that Shadow Mewtwo, which comes from Pokemon Tournament, doesn't have an official Pokemon TCG card, however Pikachu Libre, who came from the same game, does. Make it make sense.
The only spin-off games that got cards to go alongside it were Pokemon Rumble, Pokemon Go, and Detective Pikachu. One of those came out 6 years after the game did, and another one was released alongside the movie version and not the game. So in short, the spin-offs have kinda gotten the shaft in terms of TCG rep. So today we're rectifying that. I called up a couple of my friends to ask if they wanted to help, and after a few said no, I got 3 of them to join me. And here we are. I brought in my friends TJ, Ame, and of course I brought in Mayo as well. Say hi, guys. So the way this is gonna go is simple. We're all gonna pick one of the new forms and make a full art card. As long as it's full art, everyone will have full freedom on their cards. Once the given deadline has been hit, we show each other our cards and afterwards vote on who has the best card.
And the winner gets this Pikachu trophy!
Now let's take a look at our options, shall we? There's 8 options. Human Ditto, Professor Tangrowth, Pikachu, Moslax, Smear Guru, DJ Rodom, Dente, and Tinkmaster.
To Discord!
So, the way this little competition is gonna work is we're each, all 4 of us, gonna pick one of the forms, like the new forms from Pokopia, and then we're gonna make a full art card. So I will obviously give you guys the specs later, but it has to be a full card and just the art. I will take care of the borders and the text and all that stuff. I would like to claim Dente.
I want Moslax.
I want to claim Smear Guru.
What about TJ?
I'll take Pikachu.
I am a master artist. I am so good at art. I have credentials. I've done courses. I'm actually university. I have a diploma and everything. I'm actually.
Oh yeah.
But it's vile shit for sure.
I'm actually Mozart, but then with art. I'm an incredibly good artist, of course.
Hi guys, welcome to probably the most chaotic video in this video. It's currently the 10th of April, it's 1:30, and I've only started just now. Not even started, I opened my trusty tool I'm gonna use this whole time because I lied. I cannot draw for shit, of course, everyone was already expecting that. Second of all, I have no drawing equipment. I could do it on paper, but I decided to go the more chaotic route. Let's see if I actually pull through with this, because I will try to kill myself probably. So I'm using MS Paint, which is fantastic. I looked up some pictures of Moslax, and I'm also going to be way too ambitious for me to be doing this in about 7 days. We're gonna do this. We're gonna try to do that. Will I hate myself? Most likely.
Hi, hello, I'm TJ. I chose Pikachu for this little thing because I love her and she's very cute.
So I picked Dente because my choices were either like DJ Rodom or Dente because those are my favorites out of the 8. But I went with Dente because I just had this really cute idea in my mind of him like feeding all the other Pokemon. Snooze.
Hello. Mayo under chin cam here. I forgot to record my progress.
Also, I don't want to completely steal someone else's art. So I'm not going to. I'm gonna take creative liberties. It's just that I need a setting and I need color inspiration. I'm gonna be so proud of this. Maybe even shed a tear.
What am I?
You are trying. You're trying, it just looks like titties. That's all.
I made 3 sketches so far. I had this idea in my mind of like I could make it a joke card where it's like Gordon Ramsay but Dente, and I did make a sketch of like the raw meme. But yeah, so that was concept 1. Concept 2 is the one I originally had in mind, which is why I went with Dente. It's like kind of like not the Last Supper necessarily, but like big ass table, tons of Pokemon, and Dente is just a bit of like kind of got like a Thanksgiving vibe. So he's like making food and like giving it to Pokemon, and you can see other Pokemon like eating stuff. Like Pichu's got a loaf of bread, Greninja's grabbing something other than bread. Yeah, but I quickly realized while I was like doing the, not even the sketch, like the bones as I call it, like as I was doing that, I quickly realized that the focus would have been a little hard to put on Dente with so many Pokemon and so many things going on. So I ended up scrapping that idea pretty early. Concept 3, which is similar to concept 2, it's like where like Dente's big ass cooking pot, and he's just making soup and giving it to some of the Pokemon.
Anyway, I made Smearguru in the style of a Van Gogh painting.
I started out with just sketching out a couple ideas as they came to mind. I didn't really think any of them through very well, so they're all kind of rough and tumble, but
That's fine. You did that. Wow.
I did do
You
that.
did that.
I'm a master at paint.
You are.
Thank you. Absolutely fantastic.
So I finished the coloring, and the next step is the shading. I wanted to do like the shading kind of similar to the renders of the Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom characters. I have done this before, however, I used to draw in Photoshop at the time, so the brushes I used to mimic the brush strokes are no longer available to me as I've switched to Kita since. So I'm not gonna try to mimic it as I have done before, but I am gonna definitely inspire my shading on this art style.
I decided that halfway through, when I was done with how the sky looked, I wanted to obviously finish the rest of the painting, but it clashed a bit with if it looked exactly the same as the night sky, then it wouldn't pop out as much. So I decided to halfway through change how I shaded the tree, which took a lot of extra work. But in total, I think I spent around 5 hours doing this, which is surprisingly not that much for my usual work, because usually I spend 10+ hours on these kind of paintings, so not bad.
Rocks has been added.
Okay, you have to come and look.
I have to come and look.
You have to come and look.
Wow. I do actually think that's pretty good.
For someone who never paints and never actually draws, to make this in paint,
That's very good.
it's actually kind of good.
Secretly very talented.
Secretly very talented.
Wow, I even use layers too, but I did use layers. Loki kind of proud of this one.
I basically just picked the one I like the most, which is her and her friends, because I just really like the whole thing with her story that, you know, she just wants to like help her friends all the time. So I kind of wanted to give it this cute, soft, hand-drawn look to it, because I feel like that just fits her vibe really well, and you know, I love them so much. Yeah, enjoy the rest of the time lapse, I guess. I love them.
So it is finished. It didn't fully turn out the way I wanted it. I'm happy with it. I'm not the best at backgrounds. Like my expertise lies with like characters and creatures and stuff. So I could have done a better job, but I struggle with motivation a lot because it takes. I'm a very slow drawer, so I was gonna say I'm curious to see what the others have made, but because I am the host, I already know what the others have made, so which is why I'm not allowed to vote. But anyways, to the results.
Mr. Bond, I've been waiting for you.
Mr. Bond.
Now that we've all finished our cards, it is time to pick a winner. Obviously, again, I'm not allowed to choose as I've already seen all of them and I've been editing the video, etc., etc. So I'm not allowed to vote. However, the other 3 contestants are.
Hello.
Hi.
And I also brought in Twinkmaster Jelmer to help out with the judging of the cards.
Hi.
First up, Ame's card. So, last lags.
This is surprisingly
This is actually
really
really
good.
big.
So,
Yeah.
a fun fact about the painting I did is that I don't have any painting equipment on my laptop, so I made it in Paint. I made it in
That's
MS
really
Paint.
impressive.
So, I also never drew a single second in my life.
You also didn't use like a drawing.
No, I did
mouse,
everything
right?
with mouse.
Yeah.
With my mind, not even
What
the
the
drawing
fuck?
pad.
Low-key
Not
impressed.
even the drawing
I
pad.
said the same thing. Like you sent it to me, and
That's insane.
I literally
Yeah.
said the gift is like.
Like
Yeah,
not
what
even
the
the drawing
fuck?
pad on my laptop. I used my mouse, and
that's crazy.
I zoomed in so incredibly high, so I could draw the pixels, and the rest I did all with watercolor paint on Paint.
It was actually like I was pretty
That is
taken
insane.
aback.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
low-key.
I was very
High-key
impressed.
even.
Yes, because I was like I think we were all fully expecting you to just draw like a doodle on paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just show up like, look what I made, guys. For TJ's card, which is. TJ had Pikachu.
Oh,
That's
that's
such a
so
cute
cute.
Would you like to
It is peaky.
tell about, like, explain something about your card?
Okay, so pretty much I had absolutely zero ideas going into it, and I kind of just like sat around and scrolled through TikTok for the first like 2 weeks that I had to work on it to get like some semblance of an idea, and eventually I kind of just went, what if Pikachu and her friends, and that's how we ended up here.
Yeah, the little explanation video, it was so short that I actually had to like not include parts of mine and Ame's. Because otherwise ours would have been too long in comparison.
Our card.
Alright. Okay, so next up is Mayo's card. Mayo had Smear Guru.
Yes.
Wow. It's
Wow.
it's like Van
That's
Gogh.
really cute.
Yeah. For going into it, I immediately had the idea because Smeargo is a painter, obviously, so I wanted to do it in the Van Gogh style or something akin to it. And then I immediately started procrastinating the second that the idea hit. And I started a little late, but I'm very proud of how it turned out, especially because I spent only 4 hours on this.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's very impressive.
Yeah. I usually spent at least 10
I
hours
was
on this
there. It
kind
was
of
like,
drawings.
I'm done. And we're like, you what?
Yeah. I just looked the fuck in.
I mean,
Yeah.
eventually, if you're going to do it in a style of someone else, you will be less nitpicky about it.
That
Yeah,
is-
true.
that is
Especially,
definitely true.
Yeah.
especially because it's like a painterly style, so nothing is fully blended,
No.
which really helped. The night sky took a long time, but the rest really didn't.
Lastly is mine. I had Dente, which was obviously the chef guy. So here's mine. And I could have done a better job with the background, but oh, I forgot to do that. I also forgot to do it with yours. But yeah, I especially with the shading, I wanted to go with like Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild type vibe, but I didn't have access to the brushes anymore, so I just inspired my shading off of it. And I had this
This is why I went with Dente to begin with. I had this idea of him like feeding Pokemon, and at first I wanted to do like a big table.
Pokemon The Last Supper.
Yeah.
Real.
I also.
Dente smacked down in the middle dressed as Jesus.
I also toyed with the idea of making him look like Gordon Ramsay. So I have like a sketch of the Raw meme, but it's Dente.
It's fucking Dente.
While you guys vote on which card is the best, I will grab the trophy. So if you for yourself.
No, I figured.
I'm gonna vote for myself.
What's your vote?
It's Mayo.
Yay!
And yours.
It'll also be Mayo.
I think I'm low-key impressed by May with the research she had, so I was like, I'm voting on May. Yeah, I'm voting Mayo.
That means that that Mayo wins the shitty Pikachu trophy that lost its tail. And also was supposed to have colors and shit, but here we are! Here's the tail. Actually, who's second place?
Me!
I am! Okay. Like and subscribe!
Pokemon fuckability list!
Smash or pass!
Spoiler warning! It isn't Vaporeon!
So there we have it, our little Pokopia Pokemon trading card game competition. We might do a sequel with the other 4 characters in the future. So if you like this video, consider subscribing or watching some of my other content. I have loads of other videos on the way. That is all for now. I've been Aeolus. Until we meet again.
Put your glasses back on.
Okay.
You look like a fucking skinwalker, dude.
You are.
Shut up!
My little skinwalker.
Can I tell yo why I voted for Mayo? Can we have an explanation on all of that?
Nepotism.
Also,
Yo, I'm gonna fucking piss my pants!
Oh.